Good morning. On today's show, we'll find out what's hot and happening this weekend with Mix FM's Que Pasa.
Plus, the November Man opened in theaters on Wednesday, and entertainment reporter Jim Ferguson sat down with the superstar actor Pierce Brosnan for an inside scoop on the movie.
And the Humane Society of Southern Arizona's Speak for Animals telethon continues today. Find out how your donations help to address the challenges of pet cruelty. I'm Alex Steiniger filling in for Amanda.
And I'm Maria Parmigiani. The Morning Blend starts right now.
It's a great day, so make it everything you want it to be. It's yours and it's mine. It's a great day to shine.
If you're looking for something to do this weekend here in our old Pueblo, we've got you covered.
Mrs. Grant is here from the Bobby Rich Morning Mix on 94.9 Mix FM to give us all the details on what's happening around town. Welcome, Mrs. Grant.
Hi, happy Friday.
Thank you so much. Finally, right?
Oh, and first, U of A home game.
That's right.
Yes. Something to be really
Super
excited
exciting.
about.
Last night was Bear Down Friday.
Yes.
Bear Down Thursday, rather.
Yes.
Well, they call it Bear Down Friday.
You know, it's that thing. I think Labor Day shows up. You end up with a weekend, you know, this long weekend,
a little
and it throws
mixed up.
everything off.
Yeah.
It's like games are usually Saturday night, Bear Down Friday is usually Friday, and everything just shifted. And that's okay with me.
I agree.
Because it should be a great game tonight. They're playing against UNLV, the Running Rebels, and kickoff is 7:30 at Arizona Stadium.
Nice.
So it should be, and you can still purchase tickets. You can I like to go to ArizonaWildcats.com, and then I can look at the schedule and the roster, and you can actually purchase tickets.
Nice. You know, I haven't been in there since the renovation. I heard it's going to be really
Oh my
nice.
gosh, so incredible. That big screen that they put. One of the things that I found most impressive was I remember watching coverage on KGUN 9 one day, and it was right after they had the screen put in and people were tailgating on the mall. And the shot, you could look over their shoulder, and from the mall, you could actually see the game
display.
on that huge screen from out in the mall where the tailgating was.
It's super high quality, right?
Oh yeah, extraordinarily high quality,
That's
boy.
exciting.
It just makes you more excited about the whole Rich Rod era and this team, and everybody's fired up. So I'm really looking forward to it.
too.
7:30 tonight at Arizona Stadium.
Sweet.
So that's one of the many things that is going on. You guys are aware of the Boneyard. We like to call it the Boneyard
Yes, of
down
course.
at Davis
Aerospace.
Mountain. Yes, exactly. It's otherwise known as AMARG, which stands for Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group.
Nice.
The military does love their acronyms.
They do.
Really official names.
And it's like, oh my goodness. Well, usually you can't tour that. You can go to Pima Air and Space Museum and you can tour and do that kind of thing. Well, they're doing a Labor Day Saturday tour.
Ooh.
Which is very cool. It's this Saturday. It actually starts at Pima Air and Space Museum. That's where you go, and they put you on an air-conditioned bus. It's $7 for you to tour. They're running
Super cheap.
4 different ones on Saturday, 10 a.m., 11:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 3 p.m. And you realize that it is much bigger than you think it is as you're driving down Kolb Road and you're looking over there
It's like
at these things.
4,000 planes, isn't it? Something like that?
Yes, 4,000 planes on the property, and you get to stay in an air-conditioned, bus and tour the whole thing. So it's
Nice.
kind of cool. For $7, start off at Pima Air
the whole
Museum.
family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are the ages? All
Absolutely.
ages?
Yeah, all
yeah.
ages. Absolutely. Because you're going to stay on the bus. It's not like you're going to be running around on the property.
Yeah.
Although I have pictures of myself at Pima Air and Space Museum. Every plane that had one of the little teeth on the front of the plane, I managed to go stand
love
behind to make it look like it was
It
eating
reminds
me.
me of Mickey Mouse. For
Exactly.
For some reason.
It's probably something that you watched as a child.
Probably just coming back to me. Just
I know
floating.
for me it's like Bugs Bunny cartoons and things like that.
Maybe that's what I meant.
It could have been, for all you know. We have some legends here in Tucson.
right, I heard
The
about
Frampton Guitar Circus is
yeah.
going to be going on at Ava Amphitheater at
Nice.
Casino del Sol Resort. This is amazing because not only is it Peter Frampton, who that's just a name in and
Show
of
me
itself.
the way. I love that song.
Absolutely.
Show me the way.
Now there's B.B. King,
Ooh.
who's also going to be there with him. Buddy Guy is also going to be there. So that's why they're calling it the Frampton Guitar Circus. I mean, these are some amazing artists.
Hugely.
And they're all going to be on the stage at Ava Amphitheater Sunday night at 6 o'clock at Casino del Sol Resort. It's going to be an amazing show.
That's perfect. We have off on Monday, so stay out late
Oh my
Sunday
God.
night.
That was the thing when we all heard about it. We were like, oh, Sunday night. Oh my
Wait a
gosh,
minute,
Labor
we
Day,
can stay
Labor
late.
Day. We were all excited about it. So.
Excited for that.
As we all know, we recently lost Robin Williams, who is just an
Tell me about
amazing,
it.
amazing individual. And so the Loft Theater has come up with something. It's very cool. It's a tribute to Robin Williams, and at the same time, the proceeds are going to benefit Cope Community Services right here in town.
Right.
And so what they're doing is all weekend long, they're going to be playing some of his shows. Very family-friendly shows,
All the
especially
movies, like-
Jumanji.
Ooh.
I love
Remember
it.
Jumanji?
Yes.
So they're doing Jumanji on Saturday. They're doing Goodwill Hunting on Sunday. And then Monday, because it is Labor Day and the kids are out, Hook.
I love.
Oh, I loved Hook so much. That big mustache.
Oh, yeah,
and Mr. Sweet.
absolutely.
Oh,
my
Robin
gosh.
Williams. I know when I found out, I was just so devastated.
Everybody is so devastated.
Such an amazing
and
talent.
He's brilliant. And these are just some of the great pieces that he's done. I mean, and think about the different acting that he's done in these. Jumanji, Goodwill Hunting,
It's an amazing
Hook.
tribute.
So all shows are at 11 o'clock in the morning at the Loft. And again, it's going to benefit Cope.
Excellent.
So that's pretty cool to be able to tie those two things in. I was
That
pretty
is.
excited about that. And if you want to take a day trip, you could go down to Sonoyta. They have one of the longest running rodeos. This is the 99th annual.
Oh, my
Holy
goodness.
mackerel.
Right? Sonoyta Labor Day Rodeo. It's at the Sonoyta Fairgrounds. It's all the things that you expect from a rodeo, classic timed events, racing, wild horse races, team roping. And it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
That sounds fantastic. Bring water, right?
Absolutely. Got to bring water anywhere you're going to be this weekend. It's going to be so warm, 101 degrees
Gotcha.
out everywhere. But
Oh my
it's
gosh.
going to be great.
And really quick, before we have to go, you've got one more for us.
I do have one more for you. I have the Bisbee. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here was the thing about the Bisbee. This kind of blew my mind when I was reading about it. Party like it's 1909. And I thought,
Oh my
what on
gosh.
earth does that mean?
What a throwback.
Well, it's at Brewery Gulch Days is what they call it, but it's spelled days as in like dazed.
Like daisy.
Oh, like Daisy confused.
Exactly. So it's very cool stuff, like a chili cook-off. They're doing a
Chili.
water balloon contest,
Fun.
bed racing,
Nice.
and they're going to have a kissing booth. So I guess
Oh
this
my
is what
gosh.
they mean about party like 1909.
Yes.
But it's fun. It's down in Bisbee. It's at right in their little Brewery Gulch Days is like right in the middle of the town square, and it's Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
That
So it's kind of
sounds
all
amazing.
days parties. You know, you go down to Tombstone and do stuff like that. Well, in Bisbee, they do things a little differently.
They do. Well, Mrs. Grant, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you,
Sounds like an
guys.
exciting weekend.
Bear Down, Arizona.
Woo! You can listen to Bobby Rich Morning Mix every weekday morning on 94.9 Mix FM, Tucson's at work station. To find out more, just head over to mixfm.com.
And we're happy to mention your event during our next KPASA segment. Just send an email with all the information to kpasa@TucsonMorningBlend.com.
Coming up.
Building a strong drug-free community is a shared responsibility, and our next guest makes it their mission to educate parents focusing on the South Side neighborhoods about being good examples for their children, especially this holiday weekend.
Diana Jimenez-Young from LPKNC is here to tell us more. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. So tell us, for the viewers who haven't seen LPKNC before, what are they all about?
We're a local coalition that actually focuses in on the South Side, and we work with other coalitions in Pima County to really try to educate and raise awareness with parents around the dangers of drugs and alcohol, and really just trying to keep our kids safe. I know that we're all trying to do the best we can given what we've got, so limited resources, but really trying to just encourage people to get on board and help us out.
And especially this day and age, right?
Absolutely.
It's becoming more and more of a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we know is that our kids are really faced with so many pressures, and always the pressures to want to make the right decisions, but then there's always those things that are going to get in the way to say, well, do they make the right decisions or
Right.
do they not, especially when they're out of the eyes of parents and caring adults.
Right, you think of the little angel and the little devil on
I
their
know, right?
shoulders. Which one is taking over?
Absolutely.
And how do you teach? You know, how do you talk about the safety for these adults and children? Are there programs that you offer?
Absolutely. A lot of them are really just campaigns that we take on in community. A coalition is really built around the people that really are invested in their community, because we know that they know best in how to really solve their challenges and areas of growth. And so we come in just with the community process and we help them really plan around their goals of what they want to do. And part of that is really engaging parents. Oftentimes parents are so busy, and we believe that, you know, because they're not available or they're not there, that they are not caring or they're not involved.
Right.
But the reality of it is that it really does take a village. And so this is just kind of a process to really take a look at geographically, you know, where are some of the issues that we're having and how can we better solve it as a community.
Right, and you mentioned the parents, and really there's two sides to the equation. There's also the kids part, and there's actually a way for kids to get involved with LPKNC. So tell us a little bit about those programs.
Absolutely. So my main job is actually a program director with Child and Family Resources. So we are a partnering organization with the coalition. And I spend a lot of time in schools and with school districts really trying to raise the youth as resources. So sometimes we look at youth as we do 2 or 4, but in our process we actually do with youth. So youth leadership, youth development, positive role modeling, where they can do a lot of peer-to-peer engagement. And actually a lot of the work that they're also doing is working with parents and educating parents from a youth perspective.
Nice.
And really saying, this is what's important, this is what you need to know, and this is how you can better communicate and care for us and share a lot of the hard topics
Right,
that sometimes we don't want to talk about.
Well, and for the parents, it's sort of like help me help you, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And so, how widespread is underage drinking these days? I mean, are there hard and fast numbers, or what are the catastrophes like?
Well, our numbers really show us here in Pima County that we do have an issue around underage drinking. But the reality of it is that, you know, most of our kids are making great decisions. And so part of what we're also doing is the social norming campaign, is that typically there's this perception of what is normal or what is typical behavior.
Right.
And so we kind of blanket that all kids are doing drugs, all kids are doing bad, all kids are ditching. And the reality of it is that they're not. So we really want to take a positive spin and really trying to celebrate what are the great things that most youth are doing. Because I think that as a parent, to be able to see that and say, that's me too.
Yeah.
And you see that in your child, and you see that in the successes of not only in your child, but in the school and the community is really, really important for us.
Of course.
But the data does show that we do have about 24 to 27% of our kids who are drinking. And the danger is
That's
that
actually
it is. And we know that the younger they start, the more likely that they're going to have issues down the road. And the consequences are grave. You know, a lot of the brain development is affected, a lot of school success and academic success that really does get in the way of our youth. And we hear about a lot of the tragedies, unfortunately, after the fact. You know, the drinking and the driving, the suicide rates that we all know, somehow or another, they're all interconnected. And so we really are just trying to do a lot of primary prevention early on, and using our youth as a way to educate community as well.
Definitely.
And what are the ages that these children are starting to drink that you're noticing?
Well, unfortunately, our data is showing that first age of initiation of alcohol can be as young as 10 years old. First age of initiation of marijuana use is about an average age of 12 these days.
Oh my gosh.
And so we are seeing it younger and younger, and that is why we are concerned. You know, there was a time when we were only working with high school youth, and now we're saying, okay, middle school, and now there's this concept of how do we catch them even earlier than that. So we really are encouraging parents to really talk with your children. We know that it's tough, but we're here to help and to support, and we're here to say, what are some simple ways to be able to do that, to connect with your kids, talk to them about the stuff that's important to them, because we don't know what that is, to really care for them. And when we say care, it's really a different way for us to say, check in. Who are they with? Who are they hanging with? You know, who are their friends? Exactly. And use time in the car, because we all know that we spend so much time in the car,
It's a
you
great
know,
point, actually.
getting kids to places and to just say, you know, use that time to communicate with them. Kids really just want to be listened to, and take that opportunity to talk to them about who are their friends, who are they hanging with,
Right.
what are you going to be doing this weekend,
Just
what
be
do they
aware.
hope to get out of that. And even with our little guys, I think that we can really begin to really build on the family values. We're not here to tell families what their values are. We're here to say build on that as a way to begin to have those important conversations so early on, so that hopefully we are making a difference down the road on that data that we're not seeing 10-year-olds drinking early on.
Absolutely, and I'm sorry that I have to stop you right there because it is such an important subject. But LPK, thank you so much for being here. I almost brought you. Thank you. I mean, wonderful. LPKNC, the Liberty Partnership Keno Neighborhoods Council, reminds you not to serve alcohol to those who are underage this holiday weekend. For more information, call 623-3533 or log on to lpknc.org.
Welcome back, Blenders. So Pierce Brosnan is well known for his role as James Bond, and he's back again playing a spy, but with a twist.
Ooh. Also, the sequel to Sin City is in theaters. Here to tell us about The November Man and Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, is entertainment reporter Jim Ferguson.
Well, good morning, Maria and Alex. Our Hollywood happening today looks at the spy thriller, The November Man. Pierce Brosnan stars as Peter Devereaux, a man now living a peaceful life who was reluctantly lured back into his CIA role for one final mission.
We just don't get spy thrillers like this very often and this good. So thank you so much.
Well, a million thanks, Jim. Really, I'm very proud of the film, and to hear it coming from you makes me even stand that bit taller. So it is a genre which I love and had the good fortune and luck to be part of, starting with, I suppose, James Bond or Fourth Protocol, The Tailor of Panama, all these films.
I started to count up how many times we've done this, and I stopped. I mean, we've done this so many times, you know, and you play that genre so well. Would you agree with me, Pierce, that this film is relevant to international politics today, very relevant?
We seem to have hit the nail on the head somewhere along our storytelling embroidery here. This project is, we optioned this book, my producing partner, Beau Marie St. Clair, and myself 5 years ago, and then some. And we wrapped the story. It was set in Berlin, and then we wrapped it up in Belgrade. We gave the persona of Belgrade the setting. And the sweet irony is that it does have a relevance today with what's happening with the Ukraine, Russia, Putin, and the shenanigans he's getting up to, and the manipulation and the propaganda of our countries and ways. So yes, we seem to have a relevancy, and that's just luck.
The November Man is certainly a spy thriller out of the past, which I am a big fan. Pierce Brosnan, who is internationally known for his portrayal of James Bond in the 1990s, has had plenty of experience in the world of espionage. He's still a spy for our times. Beautifully shot in Belgrade and directed by Roger Donaldson, some of the action scenes are a little bit unrealistic, but for a spy thriller, it's fantastic. It's rated R, my grade a B+.
How did I get here? What have I done?
You're the only man I ever loved.
Death is just like life in Sin City. It always wins.
Co-directors Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez reunite to bring Miller's visually stunning Sin City graphic novels back to the theaters in 3D in their newly released Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
I really enjoyed the film in 3D that really enhances the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Brings it to life.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very stylized world. When you look at his graphic novels, they're done in such a stark black and white that you can't capture usually with film. That's why I had to do the whole thing in black and white, I mean, on green screen, to make it a digital effect. And I thought, it's so focused in where you're supposed to look because he eliminates what's not important. That in 3D would really pop because, you know, if you go see most 3D movies, you don't know where to look. There's just so much that's in 3D. It's kind of just, it just keeps coming at you. Where there's such an absence. You know, it's just this character and her eyes and her hand coming out. And it focuses it so much that you really feel it, that you really feel you're in that world.
Yeah. And Frank, the opening scene, Just Another Saturday Night, featuring Mickey Rourke in the club, Katie's Club. Wow, I mean, that just grabs you right from the beginning. You just want more, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's a, you know, cartoonists tend to work from, you know, a rather simple rule. We think about things that we really like to draw, and we come up with stories to justify doing them. And in my case, high among my list are beautiful women, tough guys in trench coats, and antique cars. And so Sin City's just full of them.
Now, who wants to play?
When Sin City opened in 2005, the film was a global box office success. Shot entirely on green screen, some of the stories in A Dame to Kill For are prequels to the first movie and takes on an even bolder look than the original Sin City. It's loaded with strong women, vile villains, and with an all-star cast and Rodriguez's 3D touch, it's better than the original. It's rated R, my grade, a bloody B. I'm going to see you right here next Tuesday on The Morning Blend.
All week, we have partnered with the Humane Society of Southern Arizona to help raise money for the shelter so that every animal gets the opportunity to have a wonderful life. It's the last day of the telethon, and we're excited to learn how close we're getting to their fundraising goal.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
We also want you, our viewers, to speak for animals, and we will be talking about ways you too can help save lives. Once again, here's this week's third co-host, Samantha from the Humane Society of Southern Arizona.
How are you guys?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I always love to hang out with you because you're so much fun.
You too.
Yes,
You
Always.
are. And it's the last day of the telethon, so we are hyped up. We are ready to get things started. So as always, we know that I start off with some thank yous. So I'd like to thank some donors. Presenting sponsors, Freedom Smoke USA, thank you so much. V. Scott Veterinarian Specialty Center of Tucson, thank you so much for your donation. Our title sponsors, Geico and Long Realty Cares Foundation, who will also be here later today.
Oh, yay.
Thank you for your donation. Our WOOF sponsor, Camp Bow Wow. They were here earlier this week.
With Daisy.
Yep. We have some dedication donations that have actually come in, which is a really
very sweet.
unique way to donate. And also remember pets. So Kathy Beddingfield for Gidget, their HSSA princess. Frank Arsuelo and Jamie and Jim Bauer, who are also volunteers at the Humane Society. So they are also donating.
How sweet.
And then we have winners for these beautiful baskets, as
These
we
are
can
amazing.
see here. All this week, we were letting everyone know that they could donate any amount and they could receive a basket. So I have winners. Drum roll. And the winners are Karen Van Heys and Patricia Jansma.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
You guys get these beautiful baskets. that
Chock
were-
full of good stuff.
Yeah, put together by Sarah Gromley, of course.
Nice. Artsy.
Yeah, so at this point, are you guys ready for me to tell you our totals?
Please.
Yes,
Hit us
I'm
with
dying.
the numbers.
Are you
I don't know.
nervous? Do you have any guesses?
Oh, man. Go ahead, Maria. Please.
What do you guys think?
I don't know. Did we make it to the goal already?
We're close.
We're close.
We're very close.
We're getting there.
Okay.
Okay, so as of now, we have fundraised $19,900. Woo!
That's a huge
Which
step.
is amazing.
Oh my
We're
God.
so happy with
Yeah,
this.
You can't knock that. That's amazing.
However, we still need $10,100.
Okay.
We'll
So,
get there.
it is up to you, our viewers, our volunteers, our animal advocates out there to please donate 881-7401, or you can donate online at hssaz.org/telethon.
And how long is the telethon going on for? Through the weekend?
Today is the last day that we're going to be with you guys. However, lines will be open, or not lines, but the hssa.org/telethon will be open online through Labor Day. So if you haven't donated, you can still do so. And as we know, the show does replay. So if you see it, please donate. As we were talking about earlier, all of this is possible because of you, our viewers.
Hugely.
We want you to speak for animals, and without you, this wouldn't be possible. We're a nonprofit, 501c, so of course that means that we have zero affiliation to any other shelter in town, nationally or locally. So without you, we couldn't do this.
That's very well said. And I'm optimistic. I mean, it's such an amazing campaign.
Oh, it is. And, you know, it really touches close to home. And this whole week, we were talking about different stories and people that have been influenced by pets. And they just enrich our lives. I can't express to you how passionate I am working here at the shelter. But also, not only myself, but every single person that I work with is so passionate about what they do. And so So your contributions definitely help us out with this, and you're a backbone for us, really.
And Samantha, I can feel your passion. Like,
I
it's just
know,
radiating
I'm so
off of you. I
excited.
love it. I love it.
I'm so excited.
And you did mention that volunteers are a big thing that you need, right?
Oh, volunteers are huge. So right now at the Humane Society, we have in our database about 1,000 volunteers. But believe it or not, that is, not enough. We still need more people to come in. We have different places where everybody can volunteer, whether it be with pets or photography or data entry. Whatever your talent is, whatever your gift is, our pets can use it. So.
Excellent. Samantha, we'll be seeing a lot more of you
Yes,
this
we
show.
will. Thanks, guys.
See you in a bit. As the oldest and largest nonprofit animal welfare organization in southern Arizona, the Humane Society thrives because of you. Any donation, big or small, makes a big difference. And if you call right now and donate $500 or more, you'll get a pair of tickets to the Humane Society's premier fundraiser, Puttin' on the Dog.
Call 881-7401. That's 881-7401. You can also make a donation online by visiting hssaz.org/telethon. That's hssaz.org/telethon.
Coming up.